Hey there swimmers, this is Ashlyn from PSP Borden. This is the final installment of my swimming series and we're going to talk about freestyle technique today. So all you're going to need for today's video is a band of some sort. Okay, so preferably the ones with the handles, but since I don't have either of those, a band like this will work as well, or an infinity band. Okay, make sure that it's light in resistance. It shouldn't be super challenging. This is more for technique than strength training. Okay, so to start, you're going to make sure that you can wrap your band around something that's going to hold it. So I've got my post here. We're going to go through 4 different drills and then we're going to put it all together. So we're going to break down the freestyle stroke from start to finish all through the pull, and then we'll put it all together at the end. Okay? So the first drill we're going to do is just the high pull, the very, very start of the pull in the water. And you're going to set yourself up just like you're in the water with your band and your hand pointing, fingers tips pointing down just like they would be in the pool. And you do a slight bend over to try to mimic being horizontal in the water. From here, you're just going to do the high pull of your stroke. Lifting that elbow up and release. Okay, so watch how my elbow goes straight up towards the ceiling, or the sky rather. It's not dropping down here. I'm losing a whole bunch of pull if I pull my hand through the water this way. Okay, you want to make sure that you're catching as much water as possible. A really good way to think about it is thinking about putting your arm over a barrel. So if I had a huge, massive barrel here underneath me, I'm going to pull up and around that barrel, and I'm pushing this barrel back behind me. Okay? So for this drill, you're going to go through about 15 or 20 of just lifting that elbow up nice and high. You're going to need a lot of shoulder mobility for this, so your shoulder will be kind of up towards your ears. I know that's contrary to what a lot of people say when they're doing actual exercises where you draw your shoulders down. Something is a little bit different. You want that mobility up into your shoulder and high elbow. Okay, I'll switch to the other hand so you can see a bit of a different angle. Okay, arms out in front like I'm getting ready to pull forward, and then elbow comes high. So that's the first one, that's your high pull. From there, we're going to add on to that just a little bit. We're going to come down in kind of a 90-degree angle with our elbow, okay, all the way to our sides. So, starting in that exact same position, arm out in front, you'll go high elbow, and then down to your side, and control it back up. Okay? High elbow, down to your side. So notice how the angle of my elbow doesn't change significantly once I go into that high elbow position. So from that high elbow position, all I'm doing is bringing my elbow down. I can do it from the side, so high elbow here, and then I'm just coming down. So you're really using your armpit and your lats to be able to pull yourself through the water. Now in the water you would be rotating a little bit more, so this will seem a little bit odd at first, but just to get the motions in place, it's going to really, really help. Okay? So I'll show it again on both sides. Nice high elbow, and down to your arm. High elbow, down to your side, and from the other side. High elbow, and side. High elbow, and side. Okay? So the third one that we're going to do is just the finish. So all we're going to focus on is finishing all the way through. You want to make sure that your arm comes all the way through and that you don't pull up short into your recovery, because you're missing all of the power that can come from that tricep and that arm right through the stroke. So you may want to loosen it a little bit depending on what the strength is of your band. Move a little closer or get a lighter band. Okay? But you're just going to stand in this position. So we're in that finishing position where our elbow has come down by our side. And from here you're just going to do a tricep press all the way through. Okay, so this is the finish of your stroke. Make sure you're going all the way through to your fingertips just like you would in the water. Okay, because ideally as I come back from my stroke, I'm going to come back up and over. Okay, you don't need to do that for the drill though. Okay, from the other side, so I'm down by my side, elbow tucked in close, and I'm finishing that stroke. Excellent. So from there, we're going to put the entire exercise all together. Okay, so you're going to do the full stroke. We're not going to focus on rotation right now. We're going to break this down even further. So just the full movement, and we'll put the rotation that you would normally feel in the water afterwards. Okay? So start from the very top of that stroke. High elbow first, shoulders up into your ears, down by your side, and then finish. And bring it back up nice and slowly. So you can see my band sort of flaps a little bit. If you had a handle, that wouldn't happen. So try to get one of those bands if possible. So nice high elbow, down by your side, and finish through. If your band is flapping, you can kind of close your fingers like this, okay, and then come back through. So high elbow, side, finish through. Okay, we'll do that on the other side. So I'm going to start high elbow, side, finish through. And bring it back nice and controlled. High elbow, side, finish through. Okay? So once you've practiced all of those exercises and really built yourself up, I would say about 15 to 20 per side for every single exercise, just to really put the pattern into your body. So we want it to become a little bit autonomic and innate to your body, rather than always constantly having to think about it. So that's the idea of this drill. So we're going to add in the rotation. In the water, you're constantly swimming side to side. You're always reaching, trying to get as long as possible. If you feel like you don't rotate, let me explain that a little bit further. So if I'm reaching out in front of me to get as much pull and as much reach as I can, and I'm flat to the floor, this is as far as I can reach. Now, if I rotate, you can see there's slack in the band, and look at how much farther I've been able to reach. Further, as I'm reaching, this arm that would be coming out of the water is in a much better position to be able to reach over top. Okay, so if I'm flat and I want to try to get this arm over, it's going to get stuck and it's going to drag along the water. Okay, if I rotate, that shoulder is up towards the ceiling, this shoulder is down towards the bottom of the pool, and I can come up and over and then reach again and rotate. So that's what we're going to try to do. It is only on one arm because I only have one band, but you can add in, if you have handles and you have both sides of the band, you can practice it with both arms as well. Okay, so let's show it nice and slow with one hand. So getting into your position, I would urge you to put your other hand back just as if you were in the pool, so you can kind of get that feel for it. So reaching out as far as you can, you're going to go high elbow. You may notice with that rotation that it's even easier to get that high elbow, right? Because if I'm here, this is kind of awkward, but if I'm here, this happens a little bit more naturally. Okay, so rotate, high pull, down by your side as you're kind of counteracting with the other hand, and then finish through. Okay, and then slowly come back to start. So rotate, high elbow, down by your side, and finish through. One more time on this side. High elbow, side, finish through. Okay, I'm going to try it on the other side so you can see both hands, and you can see what my recovery arm is doing. So I'm starting flat to the floor, or the bottom of the pool, we'll pretend. You're going to rotate first. Okay, so now this one's going up towards the sky a little bit, this one's reaching forward, there should be a little bit of slack in that band. High elbow, side, and finish through. Okay, rotate, high elbow, side, finish through. Okay, we'll go just a little bit faster. Rotate, side, and finish through. Okay, last one. So, take these exercises really, really slow. Really focus on every individual aspect of the stroke, trying to perfect it as much as possible. It's totally going to help when you get back into the pool, and some of those muscle movements come back a little bit easier. Okay? Repeat them every time you're planning on doing some sort of quote-unquote swim workout, since we can't get in the pool right now. And I promise you, your technique will really, really improve once you do finally get back into the pool. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out, leave them in the comment section below, and we will see you next time.